Hey, Rob G, let's do this. Jeff Passan from ESPN, who does a great job covering baseball, spoke to my baseball writing class at USC a couple of years ago.
Nice. It's a good get.
Yeah, no doubt.
We love Jeff.
We do. But he tweeted something that I don't agree with.
Well, he put out a whole ass column about
he
it.
did.
Yes.
And shout out to Jeff for doing the Lord's work. And now, obviously, last night's game, big game for the Dodgers. They go up 2-0 in the series, coming back to L.A. Yamamoto, after Blake Snell went 8 innings, says, I'm going to do one, but I'm going 9 innings.
Hold my beer.
And thank God that they didn't feel compelled to go to the bullpen. Let the guy pitch.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, Rob. I told Rob G, we got to make sure, because we all complained about it, asked for it, and they finally did it. So kudos to them, because my goodness.
Guys, the Dodgers' starting ERA in this series is .53. They are looking like the juggernaut we expect them to be. They are looking inevitable at this point. Back-to-back champs seems like a foregone conclusion.
Pump the brakes. It ain't that easy.
However, Jeff Passan, we'll call him a friend of the show because he's a friend of yours, put out a article actually before the NLCS explaining how this particular series was going to serve as kind of like a proxy for the upcoming labor agreement between baseball and the Players Association.
Okay.
And what he said was, if the Dodgers end up winning this series and eventually going back-to-back, that the lockout is a foregone conclusion because owners are already upset about the Dodgers' big spending this past offseason and last offseason. And if they seal the deal once again with a dominant run to the championship, it's going to be bad for the sport, and it's going to force them to bring in a salary cap. Do you agree?
I totally disagree with Jeff Passan. The foregone conclusion might be just that that's going to happen anyway, regardless whether the Dodgers win or not. The numbers don't even add up. TV ratings through the roof, attendance records, right, in baseball, all those things you want to see for the sport, right? Younger people, the streaming, the social media imprints, all that stuff. Everything is up. And 100%. Guess what, Jeff? The Texas Rangers, a smaller market team, mid-size, whatever you want to call them, guess what? They won the World Series 2 years ago, not 10 years ago, not 15. Oh, they can't compete. The Texas Rangers won a World Series. Detroit is a mid-market. In this 2 years in a row they made the playoffs? Guess what? Seattle's payroll is $136 million.
Right.
Are they not to have a chance to win a World Series? They're in the mix. Come on with the money. The Yankees haven't won since 2009. The Mets in a big market with the richest owner, they haven't won since 1986. You want me to keep going? The Chicago Cubs, the third biggest city, right? It took them 100 years to win. It took the Red Sox. They hadn't won in like 86 or 7 years. I could go on and on and on. Money does not equate winning. Stop with it. If we have the same amount of money, we have a chance to win. Why don't the Yankees win? Before the Dodgers got on this run, they went 32 years with 32 from 1988 to 2020.
Yeah.
32 years they couldn't win. So it doesn't add up. How did those teams not win? The Phillies haven't won. When they win 2008, I think they won 2008 because the Yankees beat them in 2009, I think, right?
Yeah,
so
that was 2008.
They haven't won since 2008. Philadelphia's another top market. Where are we going with this? It has nothing to do with money. It's about decision-making. It's about that. And let me just say this.
Yeah.
The last team that did go back-to-back, and it was the Yankees 25 years ago, when you look at that team and you think of that team, I don't think about, oh, my God, they paid all these guys. I think of the core 5 guys who all came through their minor league system, Kelvin. Derek Jeter, Jorge Posada, Bernie Williams, Mariano Rivera, and Andy Pettitte. They built from that, added pieces around that, but it was their core.
You all right? So let me just add, because you touched on just all of the points. And
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, because I'm going to add to a couple other things that you just mentioned. So when you have over the last, let's go back 30 years, you have so many these are the teams, by the way, mind you, we're mentioning the teams that won it. You had teams that at least got there and had a chance to win it and just happened to lose that also come from smaller markets. So it's not even just like, oh, we didn't have a shot. No, teams are getting there. Teams are winning. Teams are getting there and falling short, but they're still getting there.
The White Sox have won. Florida,
Dude,
go ahead.
The White Sox have won in 2005. You got the Marlins won twice. We just talked about them a couple of weeks ago. We did a segment on it, 97 and 2003. The Angels won in 2002. You got the Diamondbacks in 2001. I mean, the Rangers, the Braves. You have a multitude of mixes, and the White Sox as well. So they did that in 2005.
Yeah.
So you have a multitude. Yes, the big teams has won it, but what's interesting, to your point, the big teams didn't win it for decades. Not we didn't win it last 6, 7, 8 years. The big teams had the longest droughts. The big teams, 108 years for the Cubs.
Right.
80-some years for the Red Sox, 30-some years for the Dodgers, and then now 16, which is a lot for the Yankees. So that's
and
the issue.
And the Mets since 86.
And the Mets since 86. So when you go there, also, a couple of things, too. Your scouting team can go and grab players from across the country, and you can swing over to Asia. Like, it's fair market now. You can go get guys. And now you might not be able to sign Yoshinobu Yamamoto for $300 million, but you can go get guys. You can improve your farm system, as you mentioned, as well. And not to mention, I think the real thing is the league needs to have a salary floor.
See, I'm going to tell you why I'm against the salary floor. Because you wind up doing what the NBA does, which is pay guys who aren't that good. Because you have to spend the money.
True.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so
that's the point.
There are bench players who are making a lot of money in the NBA who aren't that good, only because we got to spend this amount of money, and they're on your team and all that, so they got to get cashed out. That's what the.
But here's where I get your point. Get your point. The problem, the challenge that I would have with that is, these will be the same folks that will be crying we need a salary cap, like meaning they get to just cash out. We're not doing anything. We're not necessarily trying to compete. We're not fielding a best team. Our fans are mad, mad, everybody. But, hey, the money is green. It's coming year after year. We're making more. When you at least put a floor, it doesn't have to be high, but you're saying some type of minimum, you have to be invested in this. You have to be competing.
I understand that.
I'm okay
but you
with
see
that.
What I'm saying.
But, you get got because I got to meet the 90 or 100 million.
And then,
so bum guy gets,
right.
4 years, 120 million. Because when we're all like, wait, what? I get that, but I think to me, you're at least creating a scenario where your team is fielding out the best that you can, and you're really trying.
All right.
And so, I don't agree with this at all. There's too much evidence against it, and I do think there's just an issue with players and the power you mentioned. Because remember we talked about when Bryce Harper and Rob Manfred got into it in the clubhouse.
In the clubhouse, right, in Philadelphia.
Man, get the F out of here and going. Bryce Harper going at him. He's going at Bryce. And there's something brewing there.
Well, that's because there is. I get it. They would like to put a cap and try to control the money that's being paid out. Yep. But you can make that argument, but don't use competitive balance. Because the leagues with caps, we see the Chiefs all the time. We saw the Patriots all the time.
That's true.
Right?
The Warriors.
We saw the Warriors all the time. The same teams.
Spurs. It happens.
Exactly.
Like you said, the Patriots.
So,
it's just.
So what? So and those were leagues with caps.
You could argue the ones with caps have the same teams winning way more frequently than baseball.
No doubt.
Not even close. All right, Rob. So they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts. And while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.